and welcome to the show. We are here today taking a look at Underground Garage. This is a game, as well the name suggests, about running a garage, fixing up cars. Look, there are going to be comparisons to Car Mechanic Simulator. It is pretty much unavoidable, and it is, let's face it, it's this game's main competitor, if you will. The chances are, if you are interested in this game, you will have played Car Mechanic Simulator, probably a fair bit of it. So, yeah, there are going to be comparisons. The premise is pretty similar. Essentially, you run a garage. This one, you start off sort of working here, the garage gets wrecked, essentially, and then you're trying to rebuild it, earn money, and level up and unlock more of the garage as you go. To do that, we have got, oopsie, not in there. Right, you get jobs. You get various jobs. And we're going to start with a very, very, very straightforward one, which is going to be just like a service. Very basic parts. Now the cars. Oh, hey Eve, I have a cat headbutting my microphone. Hello, cat. Do you want to help me repair this pretend Civic? Oh, now I've got a cat in the way. Well, I can't see much. We're going to guess. We're on an adventure. Thanks, Eve. Such a pain. So, you've got the fictional cars, if you will. Now the models for the vehicles are pretty detailed. You have got your somewhat detailed engine here. There are some bits that vary from Car Mechanic Simulator. It's slightly easier and slightly nicer in that things, for example, like a drive belt. Let's take one of these as an example. All the drive belts are essentially the same. They just kind of fit whatever bit you select drive belt, and it goes into whatever shape it needs. So you're not having to faff about with a million different ones, which, I mean, slightly less realistic, maybe. Slightly nicer at times, yes. Slightly less infuriating. Now, one of the things that I say that I dislike. Now, the system for diagnosing what's wrong with the car. Literally, you press left shift, and it will tell you. In this case, it is the braking system. So we can drain the brake fluid out of this one. We can disassemble the brake system, and we can go out of there, head over here, probably be able to repair it. Most parts can be repaired. There are a couple that can't, like a flywheel seems to be the one most consistently that can't be repaired. Can't figure out exactly what determines if something can or can't. The majority of bits can be repaired, which is what we're going to want to do early on, certainly, to save money, and then we will go back to assembling. Left alt is a bit of a weird button to press, but that is what it is. So we will refill the brake fluid by pouring it just about everywhere. Sorry to the owner of the of the Civic alike here. But actually, is this a V6 Civic? That's a choice. It's a V6 front-wheel drive Civic as well. Cool, I mean, why not? And then that's the job done, right? This is a very, very straightforward job. And then you get in the car and you will drive it. So the driving aspect of this game is a little bit more. Let's do that, seeing as this was a very simple job. So you can drive around. There are races to be done. The main difference between this, perhaps, and let's say Car Mechanic Simulator, is this is more about the street racing. You're kind of building cars for illegal street racing, if you will, and one of the ways you can go and earn money is, get your own car, modify it, go and do street races, win races, and so on. Now, the driving in the game is, let's say, serviceable. I don't mean that. Like, it's not bad to drive. If anything, I would say it is probably a little bit better than Car Mechanic Simulator, for example. But it is not anything massively outstanding. The cars are okay to drive. I've driven worse in games. I've driven better. But yeah, it is. The brakes can be at times feel a little bit iffy on some of the cars. They don't really want to slow down. This was not the most exciting of cars to go driving around with. It's not terrible. But yeah, there is that driving aspect of it. That was a very, very straightforward job. We'll go and load a more complicated one next. hopefully. What jobs have we got? What cars can we work on? Let's go for this. The Aries, an i5 going on. There's quite a good variety in terms of the vehicles. As they're all fictional cars, but there's quite a good variety of them. Quite a good variety of engines and so on to work with. What are you? You are. Oh, you're okay. You're supposed to be like an Audi. You're like an RS3. Sedan, if you if you will. They do like putting the louvers on the back, which I mean I'm kind of a fan of, but there's a surprising amount of them on cars in this game. But right, what do we try? I've got very distracted. I mean, this is what happens when I do one of these. Just get distracted. Oh, okay, this is a bit of a weird collection of parts. So. What is, oh, I don't know what that is flashing up in here. Oh, okay, the timing parts. So, let's get back on track, if you will. Criticism number 1, the diagnostic system on this is a bit dull. There's no real other way of putting it. There's no way to, even if you didn't want to cheat and use the left shift to diagnose a car, well, you wouldn't know what was going on and what you needed to do for the vehicle. But there's no real way to tell. What we actually need to fix is this door. But there's no way to tell just visually looking at it, and that was something that Car Mechanic Simulator did do quite well. Oh wait, I'm on assemble, not disassemble. Car Mechanic Simulator, you could... I mean, you weren't necessarily told, you were just told the car had faults that you had to go and find, and you had to go and actually diagnose it, either from some of the varying bits of... tools that you got, that you unlocked as you went along. You would have different ways of diagnosing problems, and sometimes it was literally just eyeballing it and trying to spot the rust. Okay, is that a little bit simplistic in some ways? Yeah, sure. Oh, we need new quarter glass. Did it need new quarter glass? Oh, okay, so it's got louvers on the quarter glass. Sure. Why not? Basically, the system on this is quite simplistic. As I said, it does some things right. I like the fact that, let's say, for example, like I did with the wheel there, if you want to go and take off, let's say the control arm here, to do that, let's say we'll click on that and then highlight the bits we've got to take off first before we can get to it. That's quite nice. It simplifies some of the Car Mechanic Simulator aspects, if you will, which... can be quite. I say it can be quite nice. It can be quite. I say some of the times the old Car Mechanic Simulator can be a bit daunting, figuring out stuff. I mean, I by no means know very much about mechanics, but I do know perhaps more than the average person, and that could be a bit daunting at times. This one here does sort of simplify things, which can make it more approachable. If you will, which is not necessarily, a bad thing. What am I... engine oil must be drained first. Now, to do that, wait, I think we've got to do this. No, I'm not actually sure how to drain the oil. I was playing on like an early build of this that didn't have all like the fluid systems. There we go. Okay, E on that one. There we go. To drain that. It's not. Again, with Car Mechanic Simulator, if you try to take parts off without draining the oil, you would just, incur a penalty, sort of thing. You would, I think you got like a small monetary penalty, if you will. Whereas this, it's just not going to let you do stuff. A lot of it is just that little bit more simplistic, and I think it loses something by being that way, if you like. Can I? Nope. Damn it. I was hoping I could sneak it without having to pull apart too much of the engine because I am lazy. But the answer is no. So if I want to get them off, if I just click on them, it'll show... this system here is quite nice. I've got to really... Oh, bloody hell. I've got to really take off half the bloody car to get here. Well, it is an Audi. Speaking from experience... And so owning an Audi, a fast Audi, you have to basically take apart most of the car to get anything important out of it. But again, things like actually little details, things like, for example, the camshaft holders, I'll just take these off while I can, are simplified. It all comes as one unit. It is not, not individual pieces, which, yeah, is slightly less detailed, but it does also make it slightly, let's say, easier, slightly faster building stuff. Okay, we'll repair bits that we can. We can repair it. I mean, this is a weird selection of parts that are broken on this car. It's a typical, like, Car Mechanic Simulator did it as well. Like, you've just got very random weird bits. So we can repair glass. That's cool. We'll save some money here. What else is busted? We can apparently repair the gears. I don't think there's any rubber bushings. I've not seen any rubber bushings to worry about and misplace a million of them around the shop. So, bonus points on that. Right. We will go to assemble mode. Again, for ease of gameplay, you can go through this cutout system. Now, for ease of gameplay, it's quite a nice system. And again, you can see the detail of the models. Again, they've got plenty of parts to be working on. But there's also that slight, and I want to say disconnect, and I can't for the life of me think of a better way of phrasing it. It's what makes, let's say, Car Mechanic Simulator, or Euro Truck is another one that I like to use as an example of a fantastic simulator. But insert your simulator of choice. But the simulators that capture your attention and that you lose lots of hours into, and I have lost a great many hours into Car Mechanic Simulator over the years. There's that level of detail, and there's that, I say, almost level of connection with the vehicles that you are working on, and this is almost a little bit too gamified. And I know it's silly saying that when I'm playing a game, but it's a little bit too much. It's a little bit too much of a point-and-click adventure. It took me a long time to figure out what it was that kind of bothered me about this. Again, it's not that it's not fun. It is actually quite fun, still building stuff. But it is a bit like a point, because everything is told that this is what's wrong and this is how you get to it. And there's no, there's no real diagnostics of the car. There's no real trying to figure out what's wrong with it, and any of that. And it just loses something by not having the depth of, let's say, Car Mechanic Simulator. It doesn't quite capture the imagination in the same way that Car Mechanic Simulator did. What do we need to repair next? Right, we've got brakes and fuel system. Where's the fuel? Oh, the fuel system's hidden there. That's where it is. Need to be something. I mean, I think Car Mechanic Simulator, there is like the hardcore mode for that one, where you have a lot less in the way of tooltips. For this one, again, like, you don't really have to move the car. Draining the oil is about the only thing I've seen where you've had to actually use the lifter. For this, everything can be done with the car on the floor. You can just whiz the camera around. I am not sure I like the third, but it's not bad, right? But again, the fact that there's like a third-person camera, you're either in mechanic mode here, where you've just a static camera spinning around. It's quite good. Like, don't get me wrong, the camera control is not bad. It's quite easy to navigate around and look at what you want to, but you are essentially just a floating camera for all of that. Again, it's that whole. It's slightly disconnected from feeling like you're really working on a car, and that is something that worked very, very well in Car Mechanic Simulator, and that is the problem that this game is going to come up against, is that while it is fun, while it is, there's a great variety of vehicles that you can be working on. Where are we going with this? Oh, we've got to go on a trek to get you back. Yes, customer, you've left me your car. Woohoo! I'm going to be a yobber. I am perfectly responsible, I will have you know. Where the hell am I going? So there is like a sort of free roam, if you will, that you can go and drive around a... Go have a look. I don't know whether the dealership will let me in. At the moment, I won't be able to afford anything, probably. Let's go. And this looks... This looks dodgy, you know? This does not look like a car dealership. This looks like I'm shipping this car somewhere. Dude, you're not holding the steering wheel very well. I believe I can just get out of the car anywhere, which is kind of cool. No. It's not going to let me investigate. Right, hold on. Here we go. Can we do a J-turn with the customer's car? Not the best J-turn ever. I have done better in games. But yeah, you know, there's a city to drive around in. It's again, it's one of these, like, it's not a terrible place to go drive. Oh, what the? Ooh, I meant to press map and I found the neon button. Sure, why not? I think I just follow this road around and we'll get to where we need to go. So yeah, kind of like a bit of an open world city. But yeah, as I said, the slight disconnect with the building of the cars is the real downfall, because while, you know, the driving around, I've gone a bit too fast, there's a bit of understick going on there. Well, you know, driving the cars and having, you know, racing as a part of the game is all very well and good. It's probably not the reason you're playing this. There are many, many racing games out there to choose from. Countless racing games out there to choose from that can do street racing. And while, you know, you are a little bit more involved in the modifying of the car, you know, physically placing the bits and pieces on here rather than going through the menus to modify the car, there's much better sort of street racing bits. So the main thrust of this would be the mechanic side of things, and it's just a little... I'm trying to find the right word is difficult, because it isn't bad, but it is just a little bit sterile almost. It's a bit too gamified, and it is difficult to justify large amounts of time on this over... Ooh, that's a lot of money. Shall we? We could do that one. Or I could do this one, because I've not seen whatever this car is before. And I've worked on those before. What is this? Oh, what is this? Okay, so like we're doing like some customizing stuff, which again, it's fun. I just want to take this job because I just want to see what this car is. I figured it was going to be a Porsche because it looks, well, it said like H6 engine, which I'm going to presume is supposed to be a flat 6 engine on this. Do you have the engine in the right place? You do. What's wrong with it? Nothing. Well, that was the easiest job. Thank you for thank you for stopping by. Your car is fine. Nothing to see here. Perfect. That was the easiest money I've ever made. I think I've actually got enough XP to go and unlock like another part here. Repair this. Hey! We have got that now fixed up. And, you know, we can... okay, I can't repair the paint booth yet. So, you know, you can do the various bits and pieces on the vehicles. What is this? Sandblast, can't do that yet. And you are repair station. We've already got a repair station. I guess that's for more repairs. What was? I'm just going to have a look. Did we have any? Okay, there's some. Maybe I don't care about those. I'm just going to show more cars are turning up that I haven't seen before. Oh, that's cool. I don't know what car that is. I think that must be the story car. What are you? I want to invest. The cars are cool. That looks like something I would have made in automation at some point. But it's cool. It's fun. There's a great variety of engines and so on. What are you actually? Well, okay, using your oil filter. Presume your rear engine. Oh, you're very difficult to work on. I don't think you can do engine swaps. As far as I'm aware, there is no way of doing engine swaps. Can I just do that? Oh wait, I've got to drain the oil first. Can I? Okay, so if you press drain oil, it automatically lifts it up. there's a lot of things that this game does that are fun. There are things that does that are fun. As I said, the cars, the engines, and all of that are entertaining. It's Car Mechanic Simulator Lite is basically what it is, and that for some people may well be a good thing. And there are definitely some features of that. There's some things that, say, quality of life, but some of the faff that would go on with Car Mechanic Simulator that does make this one enjoyable. Ultimately, if like me, you've spent a lot of time playing Car Mechanic Simulator, I think you should repair these. You should probably just buy new ones. But I digress. This will perhaps feel just a little bit too simplistic, if you will. More diagnostic tools, more work to figure out what's wrong with these cars would be, to me, certainly more entertaining. We can get that stat on there, and then I've got to figure out where I need. Okay, apparently I should find anywhere on the engine cover and pour the oil over the engine. Yep, you didn't take your. That's not. Don't do this. This is not how you pour oil into a car. I do kind of want to drive the tiny little thing. Oh, 200 horsepower! Good lord! This thing is going to be nut. Please let me. Okay, well, it's supposed to be delivered just outside. You really need to do something about the camber on this. But can it fall? It feels like it wants to tip over when I go around a corner. Maybe that's why it's got. Although, if my will it roll? Will it roll? Pretty well, actually. Game. Right. You see, you weren't expecting me to do that, were you? Wait. Do I have a plan? I might have a plan, right? Thunderbird Mustang to the rescue. Come here. Can I drive your car? Please let me drive your car. I might need it to nudge that thing back on its wheels. Oh, dear. Oh. Well, you've given me an open world. I'm going to mess around with it. I don't know whether I can... Is there anything I can do to rescue the stricken car? I don't actually know. I mean, it was literally just... Oh, your wheels are tiny. You need some new wheels, my friend. They look like you've put the space savers on it. I mean, I'm not... Again, no, every car has louvers on it. This universe likes them. Oh. Right. I think I've broken things. It is entirely possible that what I have done is something silly. Yeah. Is there a self-writing button? I honestly didn't think this game would let me. Oh no, it's saved. Oh, okay, G resets it. I mean, it was still funny. Of course I would find a way to try and roll a car in a video game. It looks like it wants to fall over, okay? But yeah, there we go. Underground Garage. It certainly has its... There's fun to be had with this one. As I said, it is very much Car Mechanic Simulator Lite. It does some things better, is a fair bit less detailed, and not quite as involving on the whole rebuilding aspect, but does have some pretty cool cars from the get-go. Plenty of variety. Can I show... it's probably going to be an easier way to show, but you've got plenty of different engines to be working on. V8s, i6s, that was the flat 6, V10s, don't know what that is, i4, 5, 6s, more different types of V8s. These are all a bunch of different cars to be working on. I'm just going to see if there's any other fun ones we can have a poke around, because, you know, that was the fun little one. That's... do I see in the... Sure, let's take that. Just out of... I'm going to guess that's the... Oh, okay, what are you? You look like some sort of big... Oh, okay, you're Camaro alike. Fair enough. But yeah, you get the idea. It looks like they're on transport wheels, which is very, very odd. So yeah, a fun Car Mechanic Simulator Lite, but ultimately you may well... If you're like me, you may well... get slightly frustrated with the almost lack of depth with some of the building aspects on it. But there is still plenty to be having fun with here. And if you've played an awful lot of Car Mechanic Simulator and you're looking for something different to scratch that itch, you can go a lot worse than this one. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.